content about town and our hometown spotlight here in Newport in Cocke County.
You can't talk about Cocke County, though, without talking about moonshine. The two simply go hand in hand, Brittany.
Yeah, and you know, the history of liquor here really has been kept in the shadows for most of history, but these days it's fully in the spotlight.
Like I said, everything's popcorn. Somebody said I was the queen. I said, no, I'm not the queen. I'm the first lady.
Pam Sutton is the first lady of moonshine. Of course, that means the president is Popcorn Sutton.
I did not like moonshine at all. It was just nasty until I tried his, and it was like drinking water.
Moonshine has flowed like water here in this neck of the woods for generations now, and the man behind the still was Popcorn Sutton.
It's just in my blood.
Popcorn was a legend in Cocke County and beyond, making his moonshine, mostly dodging the law, and brewing up quite a legacy.
Moonshining is our history, regardless of what people want to say about it. It is part of our history, and it was an Appalachian. It's an art. It's an art, and he was good at it.
Rather than go to prison, Popcorn took his own life back in 2009, right here at his Parrottsville home, and his home is also now his final resting place, where he is never far from his widow's constant adoration and occasional frustration.
Believe me, he's had a few cussings over all this mess, because he's close enough I can stand on my front porch and tell him what I think of him. So, yes, I still get angry.
But that anger also fuels her passion to keep Popcorn's liquor legacy alive. So she teamed up with Old Smoky Moonshine.
It's like a dream come true. It'd be like Dollywood merging with Disney.
Old Smoky is using Popcorn Sutton's original moonshine recipe for a special line that launched at the end of last year. The distillery is selling bourbon whiskey and liquor, spelled L-I-K-K-E-R, of course.
Popcorn's moonshine is the champagne of moonshine, and that's why I wanted it in champagne bottles, and now they're calling it champagne.
These days, it is perfectly legal to brew hooch, firewater, white lightning, or whatever you want to call it, with the proper licensing and oversight. But that doesn't mean the modern moonshiners don't have the ultimate respect for the past pioneers.
And people that made moonshine, while there's a lot that wasn't proud of it, they survived. They provided. It built homes. It paid for education. It paid for funerals. It paid for sickness. Without that, I don't know what kind of world we would have lived in.
I'm going to try to make it bigger and better, and just for him. Because a lot of people, you know, there's people out there that says I'm in it for the money, but I could care less. I just want his memory to stay alive.
And that moonshine memory still has its roots right where it all began, with Old Smoky cooking up many of its concoctions in Cocke County.
Popcorn Sutton with moonshine is going to be made in the mountains. It's probably the most secure, recession-proof product that you could be in, is working in moonshine.
Now, Popcorn Sutton's life and legacy is celebrated every year with the Popcorn Sutton Jam, and this year that's coming up on June 7th and 8th at the Cocke County Fairgrounds.